it's now being held, I guess they call it, so.
That rain helped a little bit, I'm sure
Yeah.
today, rain would be hard.
Yeah.
Lightning that too.
Well,
I'll tell you, yeah.
And that's what they being caused the
That's like the middle of two Halloween days, it sounded, there's one started on the gun range there.
Yeah.
The bag was just like flying right over. Pretty close.
There was that, is that where they said it was north of town?
Yesterday's was Lamont.
No, but the one in Tulameen, during
It was
Tulameen
right by
days.
the gun range. In the lake that way.
I was there Thursday night, Saturday night, I can't remember which night it was, but
I can't either.
That's why I stayed away.
helicopters were flying right over them.
Yeah,
But you sure it was at night?
Did we just
He said during the day it was happening.
Yeah.
Where'd the countdown go?
Yeah. I can't see the time from here. There it is.
It's 2:59.
Who did the rain dance, by the way? It worked. Oh, it's probably you, cause you're
No,
part
I-
Indian. Are you allowed to say Indian?
No. Call the meeting in order, and I'm thankful to have my gavel back. It's been missing. Want to acknowledge the Smoking Valley in which we learn, work, and organize as the ancestor, traditional, and unceded territory. Smoking people, home of the Upper Smoking Indian Band. Adoption of the agenda as presented. Thank you, Councillor Gould, Councillor Willis. All in favor? Carried. Adoption of the July 16th regular council meeting minutes. Thank you, Councillor McLean. Seconded, Councillor Elliott. Heirs or omissions? All in favor? Carried. And then the July 23rd special meeting of council minutes. Thank you, Councillor Willis. Councillor Gould, heirs or omissions? All in favor? Carried. We have no delegations today. Takes us straight to the staff report, 6.1, Halloween Fun Night, fireworks display, something we do every year. Mr. Bylaw.
Thank you, Mayor Coyne, Council. Yet again, it's a time of year where we introduce spooks and goblins back to the PXA. And this year, the Jennifer Bernard and her group is planning the event, and they've requested access to hold a fireworks display. This resolution is to support their application for that. The council grants permission to the Halloween Family Fun Night Planning Committee to host a community event to display fireworks at the Princeton Fairgrounds. The council also grants approval to the Fun Night Committee to plan and have a demonstration fireworks show. Conditional, as has been in the past, is it's in compliance with the fire conditions as described by Kamloops Fire Center, and also a site assessment by the fire department, in this case probably the fire chief, and that the Public Works supply a truck to assist with garbage collection after the event.
Questions?
Motion. Thank you, Councillor Gould, seconder. I'm gonna give it to Councillor Elliott. All in favor? Carried. Thanks.
Job it.
You bumbled your way through that one. See you later.
A note on that, like, can we just ask Nadine to remind the horse boarders so they have notice, please?
I think Nadine probably is on that, but I will remind her for sure, yeah.
Thank you.
6.2, Fenchurch Sanitary Lift Station Replacement. Jared, it's all yours.
Thank you. I'm asking for approvals to submit an application to UBCM under the Strategic Priorities Fund for the replacement of the Fenchurch lift station. This is 100% funded up to 7 million. We have done a Class C estimate, so it's pretty high at the moment, so we're looking at 7.7 million, but once the project, if it were to be approved and the project were to be done, it would be much less than that. It would fall within the 7 million. But yeah, I'm just asking for approval to apply for the funding.
If we do get it, we do have some funding through the borrowing.
Yes, sorry,
records, so-
the 710 could potentially come from the $7 million borrowing we have for infrastructure at the moment.
Okay.
That would cover it.
Any other questions? Yep.
In your report, you said that it's going to be relocated. Where would that location be?
So right now, I didn't get the drawing done up in time, so it's kind of open somewhere in the downtown core, but the perfect spot would be in the plaza, just off tucked to the side. With these kind of lift stations these days, there's minimal odor, there's lots of odor control. You can make them look pretty, rock work, all that kind of thing, so it could fit within the scope of the plaza. Another option would be to purchase property, but that is town-owned property already, so it would be an easy fit.
Could you put a bathroom on it?
There are plans for that, potentially, yes.
There. And then we have bathrooms for the plaza.
Perfect.
Any,
Good thinking.
any other questions? Yep.
Is there an estimate on when the decision would be? Would it be 2025 or 2026?
So the deadline for the application is September 12th, so
And then they make the decision possibly this year?
I would hope so, but sometimes they drag on for a year, right? Like some of the other ones we've seen, kind of takes a while.
Okay. Okay, well, that's a great grant if we're hopeful that it's successful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll make the motion as.
Thank you, Councillor Gould. Seconder?
Second that motion, Lord.
Councillor Willis is seconded. Any last comments? All in favor? Carried. Thank you. Now you can go put your grant in. 6.3 is a facade improvement grant application for 219 Vermilion Avenue. Mark?
Hey, this is our third grant application for 2025 for the facade grant.
219 Vermilion is the big fields location on Vermilion. At this time, their current project is basically just paint the body and the trim and the shingles as well as the top with a refresh on those. So total project cost is $7,000. So their funding would be $3,500.
I would like to make that motion, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Moved by Councillor Elliott, seconded. Councillor McLean. Any last comments? All in favor? Carried.
Look nice.
That would look really nice, eh?
Yeah.
It wasn't really that long ago that they did.
I'm sure the
Maybe-
colored pictures.
It's probably been
even
10
better.
years, but it wasn't that long ago.
25.
Yeah. Well, that's good. It'll be nice.
Okay, council reports, Councillor Willis.
Other than our regular meetings, I don't really have anything else to report right now, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Councillor Gould,
Nothing to report, Mr. Mayor.
Councillor McLean.
I have nothing to report. The only thing I wanted to comment on was the town of Princeton, the area of Princeton, town of Tulameen lost a tremendous person in Bill Reichard. And it was so nice that at the Tulameen Days, the whole family was out to be able to accept condolences and that sort of thing. And my comment that I received from somebody out of town that knew him called him a legend, and I said thank you. I never thought of that word, but it's an absolute perfect word for Bill Reichard. Anyway, he will be missed.
That he will. Councillor Elliott.
I've been to a few meetings, Two Rivers Event Society, they're planning their next Harvest Fest, and they've got ambitious plans, and it sounds like it's gonna be a tremendous event. If last year's is any indication, and if the momentum continues, it's going to be an event you won't want to miss. I also attended a meeting for the Gristmill Operations Society, a new group that's forming to take over the operation of the gristmill. And I also attended a Princeton Museum meeting, and things are moving quite well there. Their attendance figures are up from last year, as is their donation collection from last year. Things are on that kind of trajectory, which is what we'd like to see. So that's my report.
Okay. Keep it high level here. On the 15th of July, I believe Lyle was in that meeting as well as Jared. We met with, and I think Ed, we met with the RDOS and the Upper and Lower Smokeman Indian Band, talking about airspace safety and security. The lower band has brought forward a bunch of concerns about aircraft in the vicinity, unmanned drones and whatnot. So at this time, we are weighing how interested we are in continuing with this group. It seems to be a little out of our jurisdiction, and we don't want to jeopardize anything with the airport activities that we have now. So if there's anything else of that, staff or myself will come back to council and do another update. But that was the first time we were invited. They've had a number of meetings without us, and then they brought us into that meeting, and I think we all kind of had the same concern at the end of it, was what would this do to our airport if we were to want to restrict access to the airspace. So yeah, so we're gonna kind of back off a little bit on that for right now. Later that day, I attended the Healthcare Steering Committee meeting. We have 2 new doctors coming in September, and a new locum came for 3 weeks starting today. I was away for UBCM for a few days there and last month. I'm not running for re-election of UBCM this year. It's we'll just leave it at that. And yeah, I think those are the big issues. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah.
Drones, is that where the main part of this is?
No, helicopters, drones. So there's a number of things. One of it is I'm guessing, from what I understand, is there's a flight school in the Penticton area that uses, you'll hear them flying around at night here, and they fly around at night down there. Helicopters are landing in people's fields. Helicopters are being used to chase cattle. Drones are flying all over the place, invading people's privacy as well as other things. The lower end of the valley has a completely different airspace, I would say airspace issue than we do. There's smuggling concerns across the U.S. border right there, because they are right on the U.S. border. That's been an ongoing thing for decades and whatnot. So I understand where some of the concern is coming from. I just don't know at this point that it's the same concern that we would have in our end of the valley. There's also protected areas down there for wildlife, and you have helicopters flying into those protected areas, harassing sheep and whatnot. And so I totally respect and understand their position, until we fully understand what the implications would be on the Princeton Airport. We're not willing to really do much else with this right now. Our priority is to turn the airport into something viable and not jeopardize that. So some of the things that came out of that meeting would be, limiting how high, or like the ceiling, or not the ceiling, the floor for where planes can fly into, and they don't really want anybody flying in under the mountaintops. So for us, that's a big concern. So
It's just a little bit concerning when you're thinking about establishing hangar homes, sort of thing, and then talk about restricting flight or whatever.
Yeah, and you know, and looking at it on a bigger scale, Osoyoos, they just had a conversation about developing their airport into something more. I know Oliver is talking about it. Well, those are all in the same flight paths as the Smokeman Valley. So, you know, are we going to start restricting who and where and what people can fly through? So, Ed does have some experience with this. When he worked for Parks down on the coast, they had restricted airspace in the parks and whatnot. So, yeah. So we do have a little bit of, you know, firsthand expertise on our team that knows how this can go wrong fast. So we're kind of we'll observe at this point, but I don't think we're willing or ready to make any further commitments to anything other than observing what their plan is to do. I think that's a fair estimate, Jared? Yeah, so.
Thank you.
Yep. Okay, we'll go into correspondence action requested. Hudbay Minerals, aka Copper Mountain Mine. We got an email request from Frank Catalano, the General Manager, First Nations Community and Government Relations with Hudbay, asking for a letter of support on the new Ingerbelle expansion project. So I just need, yep.
I would so move.
Thank you.
Second that.
Thank you.
As far as I'm concerned, you could send it to everybody, the Prime Minister, the Premier, I just have trouble. This is a brownfield site. It isn't like we're digging up some new ground or anything. It's already been worked on. I'm having trouble figuring out why the process is so slow.
And I will, like I did speak with staff about this, and I think it's just the Minister of Mines, the Premier, was there another minister? Just the two. I would also like to send this to the Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing, because I think, I mean, as the municipality, and I understand where people, you know, might say we're biased, but I am biased, and I will say that. Without the mine expansion, then, you know, I think the Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing needs to understand that without the mine expansion, then we're going to be facing some really big challenges as a community. So.
Would the environment be?
No, this is, at this point, it's past the environment stage. It's now in a mine review, and it's up to the Minister of Mines now.
Perfect.
Any other comments? All in favor? Carried. And the last one is a bylaw resolution, number 10.1, Fire Hall Loan Authorization Bylaw. So, James?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Up for final adoption is the Fire Hall Temporary Borrowing Bylaw. It's gone through 3 readings already. It is basically will allow us to do short-term borrowing against a loan authorization that was passed by AAP earlier in the summer. As soon as we have a final dollar amount for the total cost of the fire hall, we will make application to the regional district to turn that into a long-term loan. So we can hold a short-term loan up to 5 years. It obviously won't take that long, but this is the quickest method to cover the fire hall financing to this point. So I ask council to adopt the bylaw, and I'll forward it to the Municipal Finance Authority forthwith.
Motion?
So moved.
Thank you.
So seconded.
Wayne, Elliott. Comments? All in favor? Carried. We have no new business, so we will make a motion to close. The recommendation is that the meeting be closed to the public for the purpose of considering the following 90.1 L. Discussions with the municipal officers and employees respecting municipal objectives, measures, and progress reports for the purpose of preparing an annual report under section 98. annual municipal report.
So moved, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Councilor
Thank you, Mr.
Gould, Willis, all in favor? Carried. With that, we'll now close the public. Thanks for watching.